Alright, so I got this top stud here too. I actually didn't count on this one. I thought I was just going to have this open area there, but I realized that I still need one here to hold this board and that board together, which actually presented itself an opportunity. That way this one here will hold the support to that one there, so it actually works out. So guys, so not sure if you guys can tell, but I did a little bevel on this thing here with my bandsaw at about I would say about 18 or 19 degrees. So that little bevel there should accommodate the downslope of this, you know, from here. I kind of gauged it like from there to there, so that's what that little bevel is for. Alright, well, let me show you the little dilemma that I ran into. So originally I was planning on having this little thin piece that's going to roll over this arch here, but originally I was going to have it flushed against this top board. But as you can see, if I do that, I have a gap right there. What I should have done is I should have cut this piece here a little bit higher than what it is, and then just cut the little indentation that I need right there. So that's what I should have done, but I didn't. So I'm contemplating whether I should cut a little notch, you know, or redo this, to remove this, and then just put a filler block on the bottom here, and then just cut the notch here, raise that up. That way I'll have something to screw this down onto. Otherwise I really won't have anything solid to screw this thing down onto this. Alright, I think that's flushed pretty good right there. So all I need to do is do a little make a little block right there for a 3/8 inch gap. I had to cut this little notch out and then install a spacer on the bottom, which allow this one to be flushed with this top. Alright, so I'm going to be using my dowel jig for this part here. So I use my little dowel jig to reattach this here, and it looks pretty flush there. So all I have to do is just glue it down, obviously, and make sure it's nice and secure. You know, I'm going to add at least 2 more of these long studs, one here and one at the end. That way, when I put my long cover board over it, I can bend it down, and I'll have somewhere to nail it down, you know, in the center over there, so it doesn't buckle up. Alright, so I got these back studs here. I cut this one at an angle there, so let's see. Alright, so these are all the studs I have. As you can see, I had to cut this one at an angle there. This one I kept it square. I had to raise it up a little bit. I had to raise this one up a little bit and cut that little notch there. So that's how that's looking right now. Alright, so this is it. In the back, I did a light mist of water on this back panel so that it can, you know, it can contour to this radius here, so that way when I take it off, I don't have to fight with it anymore. If you know what happens if I wet it, it'll kind of stay. Theoretically, it'll stay about, you know, this shape here. So I'm not trying to soak it too much either, because I don't want it to warp on me either. So I just want to spray some light mist on it just to loosen up those wooden fibers. You know, usually plywood has several layers of very thin membrane as well. It has a really thin sheet over it. So that one you got to be careful, because it will buckle. As you can see, it's kind of starting to split a little bit there. So you know, that's all I wanted to do, just kind of do a very light mist over it so that it can allow it to stretch out a little bit and potentially contour to this curve here, to this shape. So I'm gonna do that on both sides actually. So I'm just doing this really light mist. I still need to do the cutouts for these little holes, for these little lights here in that little corner back there, in both corners, and then build a little housing that goes behind it. But you know, I can do that I can do that later. Alright guys, so I think this is it. So, you know, pretty much the goal here was to get all the pieces that I'm going to need, you know, all of these parts and sections, pre-cut them and pre-measure them here in my little shop here. That way I don't have to do, you know, if I would have done that out in the farm, it would have taken me forever. And it was just a little bit more convenient just working in this garage, pre-building this piece and pre-assembling it. So now all I have to do is just break it down, haul it down to the farm, and and reassemble it, pre-assemble it at the farm, because now what I have to do is assemble it on the truck, and then just make sure that all of the parts fit, you know, make sure everything's square, everything's plumb, everything fits properly as intended. And once I determine that everything fits as planned, then I have to break it back down and reassemble it, with, you know, with the wood glue and the brad nails and all that stuff. You know, do the bondle work and all of the body work that I need to do to it, and then install the fiberglass covering that I'm going to do. I still have to do my bevel, my round bevels on all my edges. But again, I don't want to do that just yet, because if I bevel it now and then it turns out that I have to go in a 1/4 inch or something, that bevel is worthless after that. So I have to make sure that I take it down to the truck, make sure I pre-assemble it, you know, and then once everything's solid and plumb and square, then remove it, glue it, bevel it, fiberglass it, and you know, it's a process. It's a process, definitely. You know, this is one of a kind. It's unique. So you know, this was definitely the long way to do it. But hey, if you guys are enjoying it, I'm enjoying it. So we're gonna keep on moving. So thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video. Most likely, our next video will be at the farm. I have to prepare the truck. I have to remove rivets and remove panels and do all kind of fun stuff on the truck before I actually mount this thing. So you know, look out for that, guys. Thanks for watching.